crafty friends. It's Nana K here with NanaKDesigns.com and the Altered Book Nook. It's been a little while since I've been able to record a video that looks like it might make it to YouTube. I've recorded several, but I was having trouble with my capture software, which I've been using for years, the Logitech Capture is what it's called, by Logitech, because my webcam is Logitech. But they have not updated their software since 2022, and when Microsoft decides to update my computer here in my shop to a Windows 11, Windows 11 did not work, or the microphone part of Windows 11 did not correlate with Logitech. So I have been trying to find some new software. So I'm actually recording on my Movavi, which is I've been using it to edit all my videos. So now I'm going to try to record and edit with Movavi. And so I'm just going to do what I'm going to call a few little snippet videos for the next little while and try to fuse these together into one video just to give y'all a perspective of where I'm at. I am trying to play catch up after having horrible flu and COVID again in January. It seems like every January I am cursed with COVID. And so after this year, I decided I'm not making any plans in 2026 in January because there's no need of it. I don't matter what I tell you guys I'm going to do starting in January, it's not going to happen because it seems like COVID catches me. I had COVID, then I turned around and had the flu, and then my grandson got the flu. So all January and February has just about been plagued with sickness. So here we are. Anyway, so much about my personal life. I'm not going to go through all that. I did go through and started revamping my shop and doing my supplies. And I have so many supplies, I don't think I'll be able to buy anything except glue. Glue is about the only thing I can see that I would probably have to buy, and I don't know when. What I'm working on, I'm still working on my journal from Carolyn's Musings. She is on Etsy, and it's Carolyn's Musings, and it will be down in my description when I do this video on YouTube. But I am doing a little different with this one. I am actually going to use more than just Carolyn's stuff. I've got a pack here of stuff I've cut out, okay? But it includes stuff from Ink and Page, because during the holidays, they had 12 Days of Wonder, whatever you call it. Anyway, collaboration, I'm sorry. The 12 Days of Wonder collaboration. So I got all those for the 12 days, and I've got all those pieces from that. And then Rach and Bella also had the Nostalgic Christmas Craft Off 2024. I've used a little bit of that stuff, and that's what I'm doing. I am now prepping the little pieces that are from both of those collaborations that people have done, and I'm doing my own little twist. I've already done a video of a twist of one of Rachel's from hers, and I'm doing some of Bella's herself, and of course I'll be going through all the videos again. So yeah, I'm still working on my Christmas journal. I don't care, it's my Christmas journal. I got 3 or 4 I'm working on. The Carolyn's Musings made me 4 signatures with 38 pages each, and I have already gone in and done the stitching on the side. You know, if you follow me much, you know I like this stitching here because it just makes my pages lay straighter and do better. And then I have designed my own copy stain corners and got them ready and started putting them on. So I'm working on that right now. So while we're here, as you can see, my corners are a 2x2 piece of copy stain paper, fold directly over like so. See, I folded over, so 2 inches folded over this way, and then it's folded over a 4th time like this, or a 2nd time, not a 4th time, a 2nd time like this, to get the size I want. Okay, and then I just slightly trim off this bottom so it breaks it into 2 pieces like so. And then I get 2 corners, okay? So remember that this is how I'm doing my corners. It's a 2x2 square folded at each angle twice, and then just edge slipped off to get this beautiful little corner. I am working on this one. Now this one's completed. And I am working on this one, and I've almost got it done. So I'm going to push it, and I have a little bit of balancing problem here. So if you put your corner on and it's hanging out just a little further than you want it, just go back in and just trim it a little bit. Not going to hurt anything. Just the main idea is to get this corner protector on. And also what I'm going to do with this corner protector, I will likely, more than likely, see how easy that is, just to trim it up even if it's not, it doesn't go on as straight as you want it. I am more than likely, I've got some really teeny stamps. I have got some that's like, I think holly. I'm probably going to stamp a piece of holly in the corner of mine. And I may do different stamps, but there will be a Christmas stamp of some sort in the side of this. So let me just show you how easy these are to put on. As you see, I've got them folded. That one tore a little, so let's keep them as neat as possible. I'll trim this one up a little and use it. Okay, so I open it up and I place it where I'm going to want it. And that's the side I glue first, is the front side. I don't glue both sides at the same time. I'm just gluing the front side like so. Then I slide it in place and I get it perfectly as I can in place along both the folds and bring it right along that line if possible. And see, it's wanting to stick out just a tiny bit, so that's what you got to be careful of. Is make it right on the fold line if possible. Then you don't get that edging you don't want sticking out. And then adjust it to be right on that bottom, like so, like that. Okay? Next one, same thing. This is real simple. This is the first thing I'm going to do on this video. So you're just getting to see a little snippet of my process of prepping. I'm still prepping the signatures. This is what I call prepping my signatures. I wish that my video was available where I actually put these signatures together, but that's why I'm having to go to this new software because with because my Logitech just didn't capture it properly. And I apologize, guys, but you know you've seen enough videos of how to go in and decide your signatures. And like I say, this particular kit ended up giving me, I don't know why that one cut off like it did, but it didn't fold over. It was a single piece. I must have cut it off. That's okay. If I did, there it is. I did cut it off, but we can just easily just glue that side on even though it doesn't wrap. It's not going to hurt anything. You know, it's like Bob Ross says, it's happy little accidents. No problem. Still got the corner on. I'm somewhat still out of breath, guys, so if you hear me struggling while I'm talking, I apologize. I am still struggling. I just need a lot of prayer. Being nearly 70 years old, sometimes these sicknesses just really get the best of me. But anyway, that's what Nanny's going to do. First part of this video, I'm going to go through and finish all the corners on all 4 signatures. When I get them done, I will come back in and go through and show you the beautiful kit papers that went with this one. So give me time to finish doing this. I'm going to put this video on pause and I'll be back when I've got that done. Okay guys, I have now finally finished putting the edging on, which is what we were doing in the first part of the video. So I'm going to go back over this whole, I'm going to go over all of these signatures. And as I've been doing all this, I got to looking at this, and it is really, let's go over the signatures. I want to show you what I think I've discovered. Although this page does have a couple of Christmas ornaments, for the most part, this whole journal with all the 4 signatures is mostly like the title, not Christmas garden, but a winter garden. So this particular journal, even though I started out going to make a Christmas journal with it, if you'll notice, it's not all that Christmassy. It is really, a few pages might have some reference, but for the most part, it's just a this time of year type of journal. It really would just cover the time of year it is, which is dead of winter, because poinsettias are still popular in the winter. And then if you just notice the colors, it's just all muted. They're kind of, they're bright, but they're muted. I cannot explain to you how I really love this journal. Again, this is a kit from Carolyn's Musings, And I think it's just called a winter garden. But anyway, I started out using it as a collab, and I have really, really fallen crazily in love with this journal, with the pages, everything. So I am going to continue working on this, even though Christmas is over, as I said. And you're seeing now all the pages as I'm flipping through them. Yeah, I'm kind of going fast because you can actually go on her website and look at this whole journal if you want. And I think that one's upside down, so I gotta see, that's another thing. I gotta flip that around where it's not upside down. That's something you gotta watch out for sometimes, but I got it. I flipped it back right. And the reason I knew it was upside down was they were upside down, so it wasn't all that noticeable at first. But anyway, this is going to be my my winter garden journal. I love it. Can't say it enough. I have got a lot of things prepped for it in this big bag here. And a lot of it is just different inserts. I love this whole card. Inserts and things, but we've got all the corners on it now. We've got the stitching done. It's fully protected now from flipping through. So, oh, the squirrel's cute. The book is just, it's going to be a beautiful journal. It's going to be 4 signatures, so it's going to be a fat one. I'm saying probably a 3-inch spine at least, maybe more. But it's just beautiful. I've added my own coffee stain to it, as you noticed. I added my own coffee stain papers. But it's just going to be pretty. And I messed up on that. No, it's just glued together, so we'll pop it. But isn't this cute, guys? Isn't this really pretty? I told you I was going to do a flip through of all the pages once I got the corner tabs on. And this is my final flip through to make sure that I have everything done that I wanted to do. It's pretty, so let's go to the 4th and final one and flip through it real quick. And then I'll show you what our next step is going to be. Lots and lots of just easy pages to do things to. A lot of my work is done using separate inserts where I just actually build an insert on a page that fits about the center of this, and then I will glue it into these blank pages. So that's basically how I work, and that's what I'm going to do here. I've got, like I said, I got a lot of things in here, a lot of pockets and things. So that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start, once we go through this flip through, and I'm going to start working on what I call just mini projects to go into the journal. Don't know how long it's going to take me, how many video series we're going to go through to get this all done, but that's where we're at. A little bit of glue stuck here and there, guys. I evidently got a little bit messy. But anyway, that's the 4 signatures. Now we're going to get started on the little projects. As I told you earlier, you know, that I had already gone through, one of them was Rach and Bella's kit for Christmas. And I've done a couple of the tags for her, from her kit. So this is the one I've done, and it's got a pocket there, a little flip up where you can actually fold the pages out and write. A lot of journaling spots. Another tag there that actually opens up. So this is how I've done that one. Okay, that one's that like that. Just decorate it with pretty stuff. These are pretty Christmassy, so if you don't want your journal to be real Christmassy, then of course you're going to do your tags a little differently. But anyway, I've got a bunch of those in this bucket here already started. This is one that's just got a band that slides off. No, this one actually does the same thing. It's got a wrap. Okay, that's a wrap there. Same thing, it opens up. Probably need to do at least 4 of these because really I like to have one of the same thing in each signature, and I've got 4 signatures, so I will probably do a couple that aren't as Christmassy and a couple that are Christmassy, so you can use the journal either way you want. Okay, so that's those. I did tell you that we had done one of these, and what this one does is, I found this on the internet. It's just a wrap around that will go on one of the pages. Take the page, and this opens up like this. and the page, it slides onto the page like this, and then you shut your book and it kind of sticks out of the book a little bit. I kind of like that, but if you don't like it sticking out that much, okay, all right, if you like the design but you don't want it sticking out that much, you can actually fold the page like so, like this, okay, and you can do the same wrap again. You can put the wrap on, and then it would be within the confines of the actual page, which I made that one a little too small, but then it doesn't stick out, okay. This one's a little too thick for me. I'm going to undo that for now. This is a little too thick. It's just, I don't know how to thin it down. I think it's because I've used too many layers of a thicker ribbon. So I am going to make 4 of these to go in each one of my signatures, but I am going to make it with less of this thick. This ribbon right here is just too thick. This ribbon here is fine. It's a real textured, small textured lace. That one's fine. So we're going to redo these, but I'm going to do 4 of those to go in each one of the signatures. And then I've got pieces like this. I've got pieces like this. This is what I told you about, how I actually make things and then I just glue it into it like this. I'm going to be doing several things made on this general idea. You can either make your waterfalls go this way, or you can make it smaller if you do 2 on a page and make them go this way. But this is one of the waterfall designs. This was a challenge with ink and page. I think this might have been day 1 or day 2. I'm not sure which. But this is one of the challenges. This was the waterfall challenge, and it had pockets here and here. So we're going to make 4 of these also to go into the 4 signatures that will look differently. And as you see, this one's not too Christmassy either. I mean, it's Christmassy, but it's not too Christmassy. And that was the waterfall. We'll make several items that are made on a separate page like this and goes into the journals, okay? So that's what I'm doing here. This is just simply an envelope that hasn't been completed, but there again, I will probably take the flap off this or do it like this, and it will open up to something and just be glued onto a page, which I like it this way, where you can actually make just a tuck and then open it up and you've got something else inside of here. So that's what I'm going to do with this type of an envelope. I've got this type here that just actually glues in. Now this was actually one of the projects that was included in the Carolyn Moosing's kit. So this is included in the kit that comes with the journal. And this card slides out like so, and I've done the back with paper on it. So that's pretty. I've got another one of these, but I don't, it's in this packet, I'm sure, that I changed the front. I used the same design, but I actually put a new piece of cover on the top. You won't see the back no way because that's going to get glued in unless you want to just use this as an individual insert. Of course, I got several tags here, just different things I'm doing. Now here is one, the same idea, but this actually is something you would just insert in. It's a whole folio. I made a little booklet right here. The very back page, oh, it's not the back page, it goes on, let's see. The back page, it's got a pocket on it with insert here, and another little piece I inserted there, okay. This has got a pocket here, no, was it? No, that's just glued down. I don't think, it might have been a tuck, so I could tuck something, but anyway, for the most part, we're not doing anything with that. This is another page that flips down. I made a little pamphlet here. This one actually is a tuck, as you see here. This was glued in, and I tucked that. Another piece here with another tuck. And lots and lots of writing space on this folio. And then you got 2 pockets here, a straight pocket with a card in it, and a bookmark into the side pocket. This also was a project from Ink and Page, 12 Days of Winter Wonder. That was the name of the challenge. So if you want to see these and get the freebies that went with the 12 Days of Winter Wonder, go to Ink and Page, called Ink and Page. It'll be in the description below. And look those up, so you'll be able to do some of these. And then I'm working on 2 of these already. So I started this one. It's just a folio, and it's not completed by any means yet. folds up like this. And when you open it, you're going to have pockets, different things. This one's not completed. I'm going to work on that, maybe online so you can see it. Here's one that I've actually finished. Okay. Take the tape off now. Oh, no. The tape was on here because we were trying to glue it and it didn't finish gluing. So, but it locks with a magnet and opens. I've got to go back and glue that. It folds out, and again, you've got pockets with a card here. And it sticks out a little so you can get a thumb grab on it. And then this is a small pocket with a little couple of tags. Again, this is ink and page on one of the day's challenges. So you'll find that on there, and all this beautiful clip art and pockets and all. I got them free for the challenge. So now this piece right here is a Ruth Moorhead design. That's not in the kit. I just added it because I liked it. But anyway, that's another thing. Remember that even though you're doing these things, you have to use the kit itself. You can go in and do whatever you want. But that's another little insert that can go in like this. I'll probably put some kind of nice pocket and put that in. Anyway, these are some of the projects we're going to be working on, guys. If you want to hang with me, keep the website. And come back with me and watch my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. I really need to build my YouTube channel up. I've struggled for a couple of years, and I feel like I'm not building it because I can't do this on a steady basis. So any help that you would be kind enough to do, at least join me so that my subscribers will increase, and hopefully at some point I can become monetized. What you're seeing me here doing is trimming excess that's over the top. I am sometimes a little too meticulous about little strips and all. But I'm going to keep working on this one right now while you're on video. And then we're going to close this down and go to the next step after this. So I'm going to, let's see, I've got to have a card. So I need to go to my pouch. I'm going to get it down here in my lap. Find I got my pouch here that's got my cards in it somewhere. Alright, so here are all my cards. I separated them, and I've clipped out on both kits. Now, the two kits that are in this, this came from Rach and Bella stuff. These are just little clip arts, and these are all the cards and things that came from the Ink and Page challenge and the Carolyn Nuisance challenge on this particular kit. Go to both of those websites if you want to find out what the challenges are all about. They're kind of fun. And then you get such beautiful clip art to work with, or paperwork, or whatever you want. Let me do that. Digital kits. You get beautiful digital kits that you can work with. Let's call it what most people know it is. Don't want to sit here and make up names. Okay. I'm trying to find a card that will fit in there almost perfectly, but it don't look like you're going to find one, so we can always break down one. Alright, I want to look in here and see how much width I need. So we only getting about that much width. So it's going to be a little bit off each side. So, take the trusty ruler, and I'm going to start downsizing this card a little. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take a 1/2 inch off this side first. And this is what I do with a lot of things. Now look, I know most of you would have an inclination to throw the strip away. But I'm going to save the strip because I will use it probably to make what I call stackings. I stack things and then glue it to a page. Alright, so now we've already got this down, broke down about that much. And we want to break this down another. Off this side, we want to do another 1/2 inch. So I took a whole inch off this card. Okay, so that would be right about there. Good thing about it, if you don't have one of these boards, it's a good thing to have, because you can sure do a lot of measuring just by these boards. They come in really handy. Alright, so I think I've got this where it will actually fit in here. But then we need, alright, come on now. Alright, and if you have ever had trouble with your stuff being too tight in here, You can go in with a bone folder and just kind of stretch the paper a little bit. Don't tear it. Don't mess up your pretty seams, your glue seams. But you can always open it up a little where something inserts a little better. And if it doesn't insert easily, like this, it's not going easy, we're going to take off just another fraction. And the way I do that is just set it up there and cut off just another little bit. If you line it up at the bottom on one of these lines, you don't have any problem getting it even on the side. Okay, so we're going to cut off a little bit more. And this piece I'm not going to save. That piece I have no use for. I will throw that strip away. Alright, so we broke this card down to this size. And now it's going to go in easily that way. Now the next step, we don't have anything on the back. So we're going to make a writing back on this. And I'm going to use the paper that I've been using, which is a snowflake design that I kind of designed. That was not quite big enough, so let's see if we got another, that's a whole page. Okay, and then what I want to make sure it's got it on, this has to be a two-sided, what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to glue this whole piece down, like this. Okay. And I know you guys don't have to see me glue, but I'm going to let you see me glue today. We're just kind of on a Saturday, having a little bit of fun here. It's quiet. My grandbaby's with his mama this weekend, the one that I'm raising that stays with me full time. And then one of his half-sisters is with me for the weekend. So we kind of exchanged. I sent him home with Mama, and she came back home with Grandmama to give Mama a break. But she's, I think, 11. So she's not as much problem. She's going over to her Aunt Kimberly's house, which is my daughter who lives behind us, to visit. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out again. Now that I've got my back on, I'm going to do one more step. All right, there you go. There's my writing back. Put my paper cover. So now I've got writing paper on the back. Before I do anything else, I want to clip a corner. This is just kind of gives it a more finished look to me, clipping corners. Do it all the way around. There's several ways you can do this tag, because this is a small spot. I don't want to make it too fat. And now I'm going to fold this up a little bit, like so. And that's going to make a pocket. And my fingernails are strong, so I'm able to press really hard. But if you don't have strong fingernails, you can use your bone folder. We're going to actually make a pocket here. Make sure this is going to go in. Make sure it didn't make it too thick. And it's in. Okay, it's in there. So we're going to do two things to this. One is, I looked through my pouch here and found a pull tab. And yes, I have a whole thing of pull tabs somewhere in here. I just have to remember what we put them in. Okay, this is Word Art. The pull tabs are in a specific folder, but I just don't remember. It's this one, I believe. Yeah, there they are, all the way down here. This is my project folder. These are things that I've got to do. And I got a cute pull tab down in here somewhere, I'm sure. So these are flags. There's a pull tab. I'm not sure I love that one. It doesn't make my heart throb for this. I don't want to get everything all pulled out. I got another couple of them here. I like this pinky color right here. Oh yeah, that one's perfect because it's got the snowflake on it. So let's drop this one back in. I am having to, on video, keeping this stuff packaged up because my desk space is not so big. Alright, so this is my pull tab. I don't need that one. Put it back in there. Alright, so we're going to put this at the top. It's a little too big for me. I'm going to go ahead and fold it over. Not glue it, just fold it over. Get the fold line where I want it. There again, I'm going to line it up on this. And I'm going to move it over just a little. And I'm going to cut a little bit off that side there, because it's a little too wide for me. I'm going to cut this piece off here. Then I'm going to flip this piece over. And that's a little, I know that's a lot of tiny work, but I'm going to flip it over right here, put it on that edge, grab one of my trusty pencils, and just kind of draw me a little bit right there so I know how much to pull off. That way I'm pulling the exact same amount off both sides, and it won't give me an uneven thing. So again, I'm going to put it a straight line across here, and then where this line, pencil line was drawn, I'm going to lay it down and cut it again. Guys, you will find your own techniques. If mine seems too complicated and you have a simpler way, or you just cut it and eyeball it and you don't care about it being actually even, but you see that is perfectly even on both sides. I will erase my pencil mark. We'll make sure before we put it on here that it's going to fit. Okay, it is going to fit right there, on there. See how pretty that is? And it matches the pocket. Now we will glue both sides, and you can glue the whole thing up here because you want the top to go together. But just here and here, you don't have to do it on the other one, just the top part. Okay, and we're going to line it up here on the back first. I want to look at it, make sure it's kind of even and nothing's sticking up out of the way. That looks good, and that one all matches perfectly on the back. And we're going to put it like this. Okay, so we've got that pull tab on. We're going to go ahead and do the pocket right here, right here. Okay. And then on the front of the pocket, we're going to design a little bit of something. I don't know why. I didn't know if we've got any clip art in here that's small enough to even do that. Jingle Bells is a cute one. Okay, I got to press this down. It doesn't want to hold. Put the pocket down. Okay, so there's a label I want. Let's go into that other pretty clip art that I had. Rach and Bella. Let's see if there's anything small enough we can put on this pocket. I don't think so, because I think this is the larger clip art. Let me tell you a little secret about clip art too. You can actually cut pieces of it off. Now he's too big, but I like that snowflake. All right, that one we're going to say is a contender. Just a little contender here. I don't like this doll. Everything else looks extremely large to me. I'm just going to go with that. We've already pulled it out. Let's just make it simple. Let's put the snowflake here. No, I'm not. I have not designed. I haven't stained the edges yet, but I will. I do want to keep a real vintage look to this. Excuse me. I do want to do this one. Just a second here, guys. I've got to pause for a minute. Okay, I'm sorry I had to pause it, but I had a little bit of a coughing spell. I'm not quite over the flu. I had the flu really bad. Not so sure that I'm not trying to go into walking pneumonia, but for the most part I feel okay. Just this cough is getting really bad. I stained that edge a little bit with my vintage photo. And now we're going to put the label down. Guys, it's just a simple matter of what your eye likes when you're doing these things. You don't have to do anything the way I do it. Just do it the way what looks good to you. All right, so I've got that done. Let me pull my vintage photo out. Sorry, I'm really pushed something too far back. See, my desk is really crowded at times. But bear with me. Okay, and I'm just going to do a little bit of edging all the way around this thing on the tab as well. I just, like I said, I want to keep this a real vintagey look. And then even on the back here, I want to, just kind of, even though this is the writing spot. And I really want to get back on this one, I think, and corners, if I can, the corners. Because I did the top, so I want to go back and try to corner this out. Let's just see if we can, if it'll clip all the way through. I'm kind of thinking it might not. Well, it did. Yeah, see, I got that pretty rounded corner. I prefer that. I prefer it a lot. Yeah, there we go. So that's my rounded corner. And now you've got this pretty area here that you can go into your additional cards again and find one that you can stick in there. I got a small one right here that might fit. No, that's still too big. I might not have one that small. But you know what? I gotta look. since we're out doing this, we're going to go ahead and look. Okay, I like the music sheet going in there. That's kind of cute. Oh, here's one. I hope it's not too wide. I kind of like that. Okay, let's go in with, like I told you, if you get your edges too small, just kind of open them up a little with your bone folder. Okay, and let's see if we can get them in there, and we can. How cute. Okay, I see some edging here that needs some stain on it. Too much white. Okay, put this card in. There you go. I will go back and put the line paper on this card, but for right now, we're just going to pop it in and be done with it, okay? Make sure it stays, and we can pop this one on into that little folder that we had designed for it, and keep the tab up where you can see that there's something there to pull. Now we got one here we got to do, and we're going to actually need to decorate. Now this one, I didn't show you on video, I don't think. I know I didn't. This one was actually a folded card, and I just wrapped it around, and I punched this one where the card will go in sideways, and this one will go in top. We might do another one, you'll get to see that. This is a pocket here that we've got to find the card for. And I kind of like this one. It's real easy. So again, I always, and I do try to keep my papers right here handy for me. This one I don't need a double-sided, so I'm going to actually just take this one and glue it to here. We want the lines to show, so you want to put it face down to the white side to white side. We're going to cut the edges once we get it glued. Move it along here. Okay. All right, there's that. This will be part one of this video, although it's kind of spacey where I went and finished up the, well, I jumped in with the signatures already being started, and, you know, it's just a little strange, but I don't want to bore you to death, so I did want to get into some projects on it. Again, I want to keep everything off to the side. I do want to make the vintagey look here. And if I got too much white popping out, slide my glasses on real quick. Right there, I do have some white showing. I'm going to trim it off, and that was from the back side. Okay, finish this edge here, right here. And then we're going to go pop in these corners again here. I like my rounded, just gives it a more finished look, guys, but that is a matter of preference. Don't have to do that if you don't like, but you got a writing spot on the back, you got your card, it goes in here. And I might just pop in another one, if I can find something small and simple to pop in. Okay, there's one. This one doesn't have any paper on the back, but I will probably go back and put paper on it, but for video's sake, time's sake, I won't do it, but I will go ahead and put it in this piece. The flap I don't want to be left white because that is part of the design and you'll see it. So we're going to grab some of the papers that came with the kit, and we're going to design that flap. I really like this poinsettia paper. This is one of the papers that goes with the ink and page kit. Okay, so I'm going to measure it, as you see, right across here. Now you say, how do you measure? Well, let's make it easy. I'm going to do it where you can see the white spot right here. Right here. I want to be able to cut it about, I want to cut it as close to right as I can, so we're going to cut it right there. We're just going to just put a piece of paper on the line again. This is just Nana-Case way of keeping my stuff straight. You do it how it's more comfortable to you. If you use a cutting board or whatever you use. But if I use a cutting board, I would almost have to, for myself, draw an outline all the way down. This way I don't have to. Okay, so I hold my steady, make sure I got, there's my strip. Put my paper back, because I will use more. But there's the strip. It's going to go there. Then we're going to lay it on top and do just a little bit of space. So I'm going to come in and glue this along the edges, not too close to the spine or to the fold here. That's the other thing. You want to lay it on. Fold it on over so you know you're going to be able to fold it. Press down. I'm sorry guys, I do have to keep my desk a little bit straighter. I'm going so I don't. Okay, anyway, there's that. Nope, don't like that. I'm going to have to twist it a little. I don't like that much white showing, so I'm going to rip that off. Do it again. I want it closer. I don't want that much white in between. So let's glue it again. I must have done it in folding, but easy enough if you can catch it early enough. Okay, I really want just enough to make sure it folds, and it did. Alright, now let's press it down, okay? Alright, so there's the flap, and then you just go in and trim it back out again. And whatever way is easiest for you to trim, that's what you do. Again, this is my way, you do it your way. Alright, this one I am not going to put a magnet down, I don't think. Alright, so there's that piece. Alright, so it's going to fold like this, so we still need one here. And I'm going to do one here because I'm probably going to use this as an insert. Okay, so that's got to fold all the way around. See how thick that's getting? And we're going to actually do a ribbon around this one. No, I tell you what. Let's go with this band that I told you we was. No, that was too small. Let me tell you another thing that works good with these for me. Let's see if this one will go all the way around. It won't wrap. It will wrap. Because I've cut a piece off. But let's take that same piece. Let's cut another piece off at the inch. Let's do it a half inch. A half inch mark. Let's lay it down along that line and along that line. Right there. And I want to cut a half inch. Let me see if a half inch is going to be big enough. What I'm making is what I call a slip band. Okay? I'm teaching you how to make a slip band for things like this. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to cut that strip at 1/2 inch. If I can get my ruler to sit still and quit sliding on me. Out of that same paper we were using on the inside. But you can use whatever you want. You can make a solid color if you want. Okay. This is going to be my slip band. And I'm going to take a piece of cardstock. Let me turn around backwards here. Grab a piece of cardstock. This is 110-pound cardstock. And I'm going to glue it, this strip to that, to make it stronger. That's the only purpose of the band, so you can use 65-pound paper, something just to make it a little bit sturdier. And that didn't work out, did it? Good old handy wipes. I keep my baby wipes right there. Get the glue off my desk so I don't glue anything. Okay? Put your band right down here. On your paper, on your paper, on your cardstock. You want to slide it right to the edge. Okay? Alright, there's my band. I'm going to cut it again. Now that it's nice and thick. Yeah. All I'm doing now is just cutting the cardstock piece. I'm going to do it twice just in case I let off on the pressure where I got it. See, I did right there. Pop it off, okay? Put your cardstock aside. Alright, so now I have a pretty sturdy strip here, okay? And I'm going to go in and I'm going to stain it along the edge here. Okay, and I'm actually going to stain the back a little. Now you can put another strip on the back of this if you want color. You can do stamping. I'm not going to do this for time's sake, but like I say, you can go in and strip this to make this better. How we're going to use this is we're going to make a slip band that will go slide on and off of this. So we want it to close, so we're going to fold it around, and then we're going to fold it around like this, but we don't want it real tight. I want it so I can make this thing slide a little. I hope that makes sense to you. I want it to slide. Okay, so we're going to glue it at this point here, and we're going to cut it right about there. Okay, there's my slip band, and this will slide on and off this when you want to close it. That's a slip, what I call a slip band. Okay, that keeps your closure. You can decorate this more if you want, so that's up to you. There's our slip band. So now we've got our closure done, and now all we got left now is to finish decorating these 2 pages here and finish putting our pockets on. Okay, let's see what we're going to do. I like that. Like I say, I've already got a lot of stuff cut out. Like I like it. That's just too Christmassy right now for what I want. That's kind of cute, just simple. I wouldn't even have to do anything for the background. And we could really make that a tuck spot if we wanted to. Or we could actually make it a pocket this way if we want to tuck that way. And let's think about this. This is contender and what we want to do. That's a car, but it's not quite wide enough. I like this one. Oh, why don't we just, I tell you, why don't we look at the possibility of just doing a pocket maybe? I really like that winter one that I just had, but I would have to cut it down so much. But I don't mind cut. Oh, I like this. I like this holly, and I like that. Okay, because we got a lot of that. Okay, let's put this aside. We're going to cut this one down to fit this one. There again, I'm going to make marks. Okay, I'm going to lay it on. Let's lay it on upside down so I can see my marks. Now, that's where it's at. Okay, you see this is my fold line. This is my fold line. I'm going to make my mark just a little bit inside that fold line, a little bit inside that fold line, and I'm going to go cut this piece down. And sometimes I make myself not look because it gets to I get myself thinking, I don't want to cut that off, or I don't cut that off. So when I really just want to get projects done, sometimes I don't even look what I'm cutting off because it just keeps it simplified for me. And I guess that's my OCD, guys. I'm just old and set in my ways. So, and go back, flip it around, and find the other cut line. Okay, measure it straight across here. So that you're staying even. Make sure that's straight, right there. That's my cut line. If you see my pencil mark right there, using my cutting board, I just cut right down. By the way, I got my cutting board off Amazon. So if you're wanting to find a nice cutting board this is what they call a self-healing cutting board. It was $27, but when I cut, don't ask me how it does it. It just kind of magically closes back up. So that's why I use this cutting board. Okay, we're going to lay that there. That's perfect, almost. And we're going to put a pocket down here. So let's turn this around this way. We're going to have a pocket down here. This is our background. So we're going to end up cutting most of this off, as you see. So again, I'm going to flip it over, not really look. Kind of just give it a little bit of the background showing. And there's my cut line. Same thing again, line it up against the lines here. And my cut line, my mark goes right on that line there. I lined it up. And I double explain this sometimes, guys, for people who are new to this. Believe it or not, every day more and more people are discovering junk journaling and journaling by digital kit. So everybody that's on here is not real voiced or real experienced in doing this. So I do kind of go over more of explaining than probably everybody's comfortable with. I am not going to make a pocket out of this because we already got this pocket sticking up on that side. I'm actually going to glue this one down all the way, and I think I am going to curve it. That's curved, so I think I am going to curve it. Now, I used my large one. I probably should have used my medium, but I've already cut it, so now that's it. Yeah, so that's going to get glued completely down all the way around. And I already know I messed up a little bit right then. I should have inked it before I glued it, but I'll just hold it a second. Just a light dusting, not much. Just to kind of knock the white edge off. I hope I'm not getting glue on my phone, but that's all I'm doing. Just a light edging, nothing fancy. It will show up more on here than you realize though. Alright, and then glue that down in place. Okay, now in my pouch up here, alright, so there's that piece. In my pouch up here, again, I'm going to put it down. I have a whole thing of pockets. Big, small, in between. And there's this beautiful pocket here, which it matches this, but it kind of clashes with that. So we're gonna, let's do something a little bit, maybe more generic. That definitely clashes. So here's one of those processes where you have to get in here and decide what you want to do. I really love, I like this one. And it's got red and red, so that doesn't clash as much. And it matches it pretty well. So there's me a pocket. Now, I don't want this to continue getting thicker. And these are made, this is in the Carolyn Moosings. This is in the kit that came with the journal pages. This is one of hers. This is not page and ink and page. This is Carolyn Moosings. I am going to cut the tabs off. Normally, we would score these and it would make a really wide or thick pocket. I don't want a lot of thickness now because this is getting too thick. We've already made our band to go around it. If we get it too much thicker, our band's not going to slide on. So keep that in mind when you're doing banding. I use the corners with the wide ones, so I will cut the corners wide again, and I will ink up just a little to get rid of that white edge there. That's all. Get rid of the white edge. Okay. Ink up a little. Not a lot. Pop this pocket down. Let's make sure everything's right. And we're only going to glue these three sides right here. And then I'm going to go in and find a tag that will fit in there. Just a cute little tag. And we'll decorate it up a little. Alright, this can also be decorated more using labels and tags. Keep them handy at all times. If you want to put something like greetings on there. Emmanuel. Depending on if you want it real Christmassy or not. Or if you want to get something that's more detailed with writing. Let's just see what we can find. Oh, I like that one. Well, that's just Christmas. We really don't want to go too Christmassy with this. I don't know why. Glad Tidings, Bethlehem. I'm looking for something that I just like to just rejoice. I like rejoice. Okay, we're gonna go with rejoice, just so I don't keep fumbling and fuddling. I like it square on this one to give it a little bit of different look. Okay, so on the pocket, I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually put the rejoice down there, kind of sideways. Now, I know I still got a white spot, but that's because I'm going to put a piece of clip art there. I'm going to grab my bag of clip art if I know what I did with it. I've laid one of my clip art. There it is, way over here. You know what, best thing to do is go ahead and stick it back in my envelope, so I'm going to keep doing that. Alright, that's back in. That's back in. I'll just keep out a minute. And let's see what we got. If we can find another little piece of something. Just grab something in the kit here. I kind of like her. Yep, that's what I want. Simple enough. I'm not going to trim her in antiquing stuff or ink. Just going to make her sit just like this. Okay. Alright, so there's the pocket done. And now we're going to grab the kits, the bag that has these little, all the tags in it. We're going to find a really small tag, and believe me, there are all kinds of sizes in here. I don't want a really big one. That one's going to fit perfectly on those. Let's see how deep it goes. I want to go deeper, so I don't know why it's not going deep. So again, I'm going to open up my tab here a little bit. Yep. Okay, let's see how deep we can get this to go. That's perfect. Okay, so that gives you still some shining up there. So let's set all this other stuff aside. All right, set this aside a minute. Grab another piece of our line paper. That one's not wide enough. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not getting my head in the thing. That one's wide enough, so we're going to put some writing spot on the back. Guys, if you follow Nana K Designs, you will find that I do this a lot, okay? I use the lines on the back for just about 90% of my tags and journal cards. Another thing is, we will be doing more often because I am teaching my granddaughter to stitch and sew with sewing machine, and she will be doing a lot of stitching on all my tags as I pre-prep. So that's something you're going to be seeing a lot more of too, is stitching. When you start getting the family involved, everybody gets a certain job that they like, and she likes to sew. That's my Jaden. I'm sure she'll come over and stitch a pile for me at some point in time. Lele, she's still a little young. She's the 11-year-old that's with me, and it's hard to get her to get in here and work. But Jaden will do a lot of our stitching, so that's coming. Okay, and I need to look again, make sure I got all this excess white out and get around these corners. Sometimes that's not easy, but it's something you'll get the hang of as you're doing. Okay, I've got it trimmed out nicely, and we're going to do this again. Give that antiquing look. And I will probably come back, guys, for the sake of time. I'm not going to do it, but I will probably come back and decorate this. I know I'm definitely going to put a paper cutout bow in there. I don't have ones where I can put my hand right on it, a bow. I'm not going to use a real bow because, again, we're going to get too much thickness, and we've already made our wrap band. But there's that piece. All right, we got one more piece, and if I'm going to, I wouldn't decorate the back of this if I knew for sure that I was going to glue that down. This has already got some color on it. I might even cut that flap off, guys. I'm trying to decide. I think I am going to cut the flap off because I don't want it to come around this. So that's another thing, you know, as you're doing things, you may decide to revamp a little and do something a little bit differently. And I just think I want the flap off because I don't think I want it to wrap like that. I just think I want it to fold up and then the band hold it in place. So we will use this strip on something else. Don't know what, but we'll find something to use it for, possibly. And if not, next year when we start again, we might just go through all the stuff that we had left over from this year and get rid of it. But for right now, I'm going to lay it aside. I may use it. All right, so you see now when I fold this over, I'm not covering this up, and I want this to be my front. That is absolutely beautiful. I haven't done a card yet, but that's that so far. So the last piece we're going to do, and I don't think I'm going to make a card or anything because I got to put a card in here. So I've got to do something, and I don't really want that much. I think I want the berries here along that edge. I don't like that edge there. That edge is not straight enough for me. I'm going to go in and cut this again. Again, this is just me, being the perfectionist sometimes that I am. Sometimes I'm not, sometimes I am, but I didn't like the way that was jutting out. So, all right, that looks good to me. And I want the berries here. So I'm going to cut this. We'll slide this up, and I think I'm going to try to cover this whole thing. That little red strip's just getting on my nerves a little bit. Let's flip it over because I want it to cut on that side. I want to keep the berries, as you noticed I did. Okay, there's that. Lay this down here, straighten it out. cut it right here on this line. I hope I haven't made this video too long for you guys. We're getting ready to set this one up on YouTube. I'm going to save the strip. Again, that's going to go right there. And we're going to cut it off. And like I said, I can make it into a pocket. Might as well. Then if you want to use it as a pocket, you can. If you don't want it as a pocket, you don't have to use it. So again, I'm going to lay this straight edge here. Lay this here. I'm going to cut it off at this line right here. I hope I'm not out of the video. I'm not yet. Cut it off there. Alright, and I am going to round the corners, ink it, round it, make it a deep corner because I made the other one a deep corner. We're going to round this first. Okay, then I'm going to put it on here and find the center. Alright, so this is how I find the center. I'll get between the 8 and 9. The 8 and 9. Okay, let's get it between these two, right here and here. This is my center right about here. Take my punch, and I'm going to line it up, and I am making a thumb notch to make it a pocket. Make sure I'm at the right point. Okay, so there's that. Alright, so we got another pocket there if we want it. If we don't want a pocket, we don't have to use it. And you could have done it on the sides, either one. So we got it where we can, or if we want to use it to stick a piece of paper, something in for writing. And that's another thing. You don't have to necessarily stick a journal card in it. You can actually fold up your writing papers and just stick them in there and give you a blank writing page. And since I'm saying that, I guess I probably should show you what I'm talking about. Make sure that that's not sticking above. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about when I say use a blank piece of paper. Alright, let's take this piece here because it's printed on both sides. Okay, and let's measure it. Okay, so we want to just stick a piece of paper in. So I'm going to measure it right about here and cut it. Alright, let me see if I got a line. I gotta get my eyeglasses on a minute. Right there. I'm gonna cut it right there. Okay. Line it up. Am I still on page? Okay, line it up. There's my pencil mark. I'm gonna line it right up on that 8. I'm gonna cut it all the way across. Okay. And what we're gonna do now is just make a piece of writing paper to go inside. Alright, so we're going to do it this way. Take your folding place. Kind of hold this edge here where it's going to go into the pocket. Okay, and kind of fold it there. And when we get it a little bit of a fold, you know we're going to have it a little bit smaller than that. So this is about probably the width that it's going to take to fit inside. Yes, okay. So you can do it that way. You got to fold there. Then you come back again. Line it up. Fold it again. Like so. Alright. And I want it to be even all the way down. So I'm going to cut this off here. You see I'm cutting just one little strip off. And then I'm going to take a look at it. And I'm going to cut it one more time right across one of those lines. So now what I have is a writing paper. It will slide into the pocket, and if it's not small enough, we can cut it off some more. Okay, that is not opened. Again, I got to sometimes open these up. And believe me, stretching this paper sometimes is what you have to do. Okay, let's see if it'll slide in now. Okay, what you've got is a writing page here, just so you know. This is what I mean when I say just a simple writing page, and you can decorate it. You can take your clip art and decorate the corners down low. But remember, you want a lot of writing space. It is a journal. So there's your paper going into the journal. It's a little crooked, but no, there it is. So you can slide it right out and write on that. And as far as I am concerned, other than adding some more tags, this one is done. And we're just going to take our slide band. Hopefully we didn't make it too thick. And we're going to slide our band on it. Let me take a look. Did I? No, I did not. Okay, there's your slide band. So there's your closure. You can slide it down wherever. There's your closure. So now the pack is closed and that one's completed. So that is the cutest little packet, and you can make a lot of these. You can make them where they only fold twice or trifold, just fold over. So bifold, trifold, however. Anyway, that's just some ideas from Nana Kay about how to print these things that are going to go in the book. So we're going to put this one in our little pack here of stuff we've done. Start working on some pages next, guys. We will decide. Let's go ahead and pull one of our signatures. Let's go ahead. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to pull one thing and put it in, which is going to be the waterfall, since it is ready to go. And we're going to decide what page we want the waterfall to go on. And that's my next step, is to just kind of look at where I want the waterfall to go. And I think I like that spot for one, because I don't like the, I like that. I like this a lot right here. All right, on the bird page, so you got your waterfall done, and this was as you see, a misprint, and I use that as my base. We will do a waterfall on video for one of the other 4 signatures. And then what I do here is I'm just going to glue this whole piece down. I'm not going to make it into a pocket or anything. I'm just going to take this whole piece and I'm going to glue it down in my book. My beautiful journal is coming along. I'm going to come closer to the bottom and close this way. Now I'm going to repeat myself. If you watch any of my videos, you will hear me several times. Stay away from this fold as much as you can, especially when you've got a bulky item. Stay away from that fold, because you don't want this to get too thick. Now you've already got a lot of thickness where you put your protector tabs on and your stitching. That's okay, because we're going to fill up that. We've got that much space to fill up in this book. So there's the waterfall in. It is done with all the little knickknacks. I think I've got everything in there. I have actually done some glittering things on this one. And there's that one. So this is going to be Nana Kay saying that's part of our projects. We're really now getting into this. I am hoping sickness will avoid me from right now. Evade me, whatever word you want to use. I want sickness to stay away from my family so that I can continually work. So this is part 1 of the winter garden. It's winter garden. The winter garden or the winter Christmas garden, whatever one you want to say. This is the journal we're working on. So this is part 1, and this is Nana Kay saying bye-bye. Have a great day. Stay warm. Winter looks like it is just a few more weeks, and we'll be hitting on to our spring. So bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.